Greetings, everybody. Welcome to my channel, The Healthy Voice. I've been thinking a lot about honesty, and it's been on my mind actually for the last couple of days. As I was thinking about what topic I wanted to cover next, I kept thinking about honesty, and my mind kept going in several directions. I thought maybe I could make a video about tones and giveaways in people's voices when you can tell that they're lying. And then I thought about honesty in terms of the individual on the path of the healthy voice and our own honesty patterns and dishonesty patterns. And I ended up thinking about all of these things at once. And then I started thinking about society and all the systems in place that make it very difficult for many people to be honest all the time. Just consider the person who has a corporate job in a field that they don't necessarily believe in, but it provides a steady paycheck. It allows them money to live in a nice place, to have food on the table every day, to be able to drive a car. But every day they have to go into the job and they sell something they don't believe in, or they perform functions for a system that doesn't actually align with their moral code. These are realities for a lot of people. And so it makes it very difficult to live a completely honest life. However, with that said, I am going to say that in order to have a truly healthy voice and a voice that truly resonates as you, who you really are, one must take a path of somewhat radical honesty. And this is very difficult for a lot of people to do. I know in my own life, there was a pivotal moment when I was tired of pretending to be somebody I wasn't. I was tired of being around people who I felt were lying to me all the time and manipulating me. And I realized that I was going to have to make a decision to be honest all the time. And it made me pause and ask myself, why am I not being honest all the time? What is going on? And so what followed were years of continuous reflection and paying close attention to the people in my life, paying attention to the way they spoke. When I could tell that they were not being honest, I wouldn't say anything, but I would take a note and I would start to notice certain patterns in the way they spoke, in the words that they chose, in the pacing of their speech, as well as the pitch. I noticed there were certain things that certain people would do. An overwhelming amount of them would slow down their speech, raise the pitch of their voice, and smile a lot in order to convince me that there was nothing to be suspicious of, that they were of nothing but good intentions. And in fact, they were only thinking of me. But when you start paying attention to things like this, eventually you start to finally put the clues together and realize that these people are manipulating you. And that does tend to happen, but it happens mainly after you have decided that you're going to start being honest. And the reason why this is really hard to do is because we run the risk of losing people. And this goes for any level of honesty, whether it's just, I know you think I like this band that we listen to all the time, but I got to be honest with you, I just pretend to like them because I want you to think I'm cool. Or it can just be that you start to have some success, or perhaps you get a really great boyfriend and your friends are jealous of you and you start to downplay the relationship in order to keep the friendship alive. So maybe you stop sharing about how happy you are because you're afraid that your happiness is going to threaten the security of your friendship. There are all kinds of things that we do day to day that we don't realize are dishonest. But when you are dishonest in any way, whether it's to preserve your relationships or to keep a paycheck coming, you are also being dishonest with yourself. And that's actually where the most trouble can come from. Because what happens is you create something called cognitive dissonance, what this is when truths get scrambled up inside your mind. So while you may believe one thing, but you say another, your mind is still taking in both of those statements. And that's a conflict. That's what creates dissonance. You're trying to keep two truths or two stories playing at the same time, but really they contradict each other. Now, the greatest challenge that we have on this path is understanding that we live in a system, or many systems, I should say, that encourage dishonesty. I don't mean to step on anyone's toes here, because the truth is, I actually have a lot of respect for religion. I'm a great admirer of religious studies, and I have studied religion for most of my life. I continue to be in awe of it. So keep that in mind, because I'm going to say that a lot of religion is guilty of doing this. There are a lot of religious systems that will command you to believe certain things that you know in your heart cannot possibly be true. Or they will command you to take up certain practices that you don't actually feel is right within your moral code. They don't actually align with you. We can step away from religion. We can just talk about school. There are lots of experiences that we have all had in school where we were essentially forced to do certain things that we did not believe in, or we were forced to believe certain things that we felt a little skeptical about, but we absorbed the information, pretended to agree with it, until eventually we did agree with it. We basically forced our mind to accept something that we felt was not true. And so now we are essentially lying to ourselves. When you're not honest with yourself, it affects your voice. It affects your voice because your voice is you. So with all of this said, I'd like you to ask yourself, where in your life are you not being honest? Why? Ask yourself why. There may be a very legitimate reason. There could be a reason based on survival or protection of someone else's survival. But you have to ask yourself why. The most important thing on this particular journey is to be completely honest with yourself, even about your own dishonesty. It's the first step out of this prison, this trap, this feeling of consistently being up against a wall or constantly reaching a ceiling of some kind, like you can't get any further along. You have to be honest. The moment you start to become truly honest with yourself, you will notice that your voice starts to relax. It may be very painful along the way. You may end up losing friendships. You may end up losing all kinds of relationships. You may even lose your job. I mean, the stakes are really high once we start taking a path of complete honesty. And it's very scary. But as I have shared in my new course that I'm working on, the Voice Liberation Method, we are using the framework of a hero's journey. And on a hero's journey, we are not looking for comfort and ease. That is not how this works. It always blows me away how many people are unwilling to do their own personal growth work because they don't want to be uncomfortable. And that's really what it comes down to. It's uncomfortable to be honest with yourself and especially with other people. It's uncomfortable to admit the things that you actually want in life if they contradict the cultural programming around you. If you have a desire to live your life a certain way and everybody around you thinks that certain way is problematic, to put it in polite terms, well, that's going to be very uncomfortable and very painful. But you're not going to get anywhere if you just keep playing it safe, if you keep pretending to not be the person that you really are. So here's your journal prompt for today. I want you to ask yourself where in your life you are lying. I want you to ask what you're lying to yourself about. Also, who are you regularly lying to and why? Why are you afraid to tell them the truth? What is it that you believe will happen? Has that happened before? If you were to start being honest with this person and they ended up walking away from you, how would you react to that? How does that make you feel? And could this assumption be holding you back in your own progress? I can tell you in my life, I have gone through a lot of really challenging times, very, very difficult moments. And sometimes these moments lasted for years. When I say moment, I don't mean to say it was like a day. I mean, like I'd made a decision that unraveled my life, and I had to live in that kind of up and down state for an extended period of time. But every single day during those phases of my life, I always woke up with this sense, this feeling that I had made the right decision and an understanding that I was going through a sort of dark night of the soul. I was going through these moments where things were going to feel bad a lot of the time. But like a hero or a warrior, I would wake up and have this conviction that I was on the right path and that I was willing to feel the discomfort because there was something in me that it's like I had this faith because I was being honest. The discomfort was a result of honesty. And I had realized at some point that honesty was the only way I was going to get through this life path, this journey. That if I continued to lie, if I continued to be dishonest about myself and the people around me, that I would never be truly happy or comfortable in my body. And so even though there were moments of extreme discomfort, I knew that they were only happening because a result of finally waking up to my own tendency to be dishonest and inauthentic, and that now I was on a path of honesty. And that if I could just get through this period, I trusted that once I got to the other side, I would be rewarded with more comfort in my body than I had ever had before. And that's exactly what happened. Like I said, I've gone through many periods of extreme discomfort, but always with an understanding that I'm on a journey. And when it comes to the hero's journey, there are bumps along the road. There are battles that happen that you lose. There are people who come into your life who trick you. In the hero's journey, we call these tricksters. They distract you, they manipulate you, they throw you off course, and you fall for it until you start to get so much pattern recognition from falling for it, from making these mistakes, that you start to notice the signs. You start to notice when people are changing their pitch all of a sudden in their voice, or the pacing has changed to a slower tempo. They're all of a sudden smiling at you and they never smile. And you start to recognize what the trickster looks like and sounds like so that you can finally start to avoid these distractions. And therefore, the bumps in the road become further and further apart, which is what we're going for here. That's what healing is all about. We're trying to overcome these things, these patterns that were set into motion a long time ago. We're trying to figure out what the common factors are between all of them. What is it that I'm not seeing along the path? What is it about the people who manipulate that I can't seem to recognize and they just keep showing up one after another? I do think you can start to sense it. And for myself, I started noticing it with voice patterns. Everybody has a baseline way of talking. And if you pay close attention, you'll start to recognize the different sounds people make depending on their moods. So when someone's in a good mood, they may speak faster or even at a higher pitch or perhaps a lower pitch. Everyone's different. And then when some people are angry, they might get a tense voice or they might speak fast, they might speak slow. Everyone's different. You have to pay attention. And then, of course, when someone is lying to you, they most likely have a totally different speech pattern. And that's how you can start to understand if somebody in your life is manipulating you, if somebody in your life is a trickster. So I hope this has been helpful. If you're interested in going deeper, I'm currently working on something called the Voice Liberation Method. It's a 7-week deep dive course, and it's set up to be similar to if you were to meet with me one-on-one each week for 7 weeks. We are covering singing exercises, speech exercises, vocal technique, breath work, as well as all of the psychological stuff that gets in the way of your voice. We're talking about trauma and tension patterns in the body that get in the way of your voice. There are 7 guided visualizations, one for each week. And we also have a series of chakra practices where you'll use your own voice to balance the chakras in your body. So, as you can already hear, there's a lot of information. There's also PDF guides with practice trackers and body tension trackers. And if you're really serious about this and you're getting a lot out of my videos, I highly recommend you sign up for it. Right now, it's at pre-sale. It comes out in February. Right now, it's 50% off. It's an amazing deal. Already, just based on what I've already created, I think I'm creating a $200 product. But when it comes out, it's only going to be $97, which means if you order it now, it's half of that. So it's a really good deal. You can check out the link below. And thank you for being here. Thank you for working on your voice. The more comfortable you get with yourself, the better off we all are. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So keep going because the world needs your unique voice. See you in the next one.